everybody, it's Miss Karen from the Hancock Town Library with another science experiment for you. Today we're going to make a crystal snowflake using borax, which is something that you can find in the grocery store in the detergent section, string, scissors, boiling water, and here's the borax. I find it easier to put it in a container when you scoop it out, and pipe cleaner and a pencil or a stick or chopstick. So what you're going to do is boil the water. So you can do that on the stove or in the microwave. You may need an adult to help you if, you know, it might be a good idea to have an adult help you with the boiling water part. So while the boiled water is sitting there, you take a pipe cleaner, doesn't matter what color, but I'm using white, and then you cut it in 3 equal parts. And again, it doesn't have to be exact, it just sort of look at it and guess what's an even length. So then you've got the 3 pipe cleaner pieces, and then what you do is you sort of just twist them in the middle, keep twisting them so they're all connected, and then you spread out the pieces so it kind of looks like a snowflake. And then you take string, and the important part of this experiment is when this gets submerged, you don't want it to touch the bottom of the jar or the sides. You want it to hang freely. So it takes a little bit because you have to sort of adjust if it's touching the bottom. So I tie the string to the center of the snowflake. And then, to know what length, I sort of like put it in and then sort of guess how, and now it's already touching the sides a little bit, so I'm going to adjust by trimming a little bit. So I just trim and make the pieces smaller so it will, because if it does touch, it's not the end of the world, but it will sort of like adhere to the sides and it won't be easy to get out. So then I take the pencil and I sort of tie it around until it's sort of floating freely. So you want to do this before you put the borax in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so then you use 3 tablespoons of borax for about a cup of water. So I have 2 cups of water in here, I think. Yeah, 2 cups. So I need 6 tablespoons of borax. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's already dissolving pretty fast, but then you just want to stir it up, and some will settle to the bottom, and that's okay. Now I have seen this experiment where someone puts like blue food coloring in it to make it blue, and that will just make your snowflakes look blue and glistening, which is kind of nice, but I didn't put the food coloring in today. So now you hang the snowflake into the borax solution. It's kind of hard to see because it's so dissolved, but it's in there. And what you do is you leave this here, you leave it in a nice safe place for about, I would say overnight, but approximately 12 hours. And 12 hours later, I did this one the other day. It was just a regular looking snowflake like this. This is what it looked like when I put it in. And then when it comes out, it's all shiny and glistening. So that's how it will look after about 12 hours. And that is how you make a borax crystal snowflake. Now, I just want to mention a little bit of science. The thing I really like about this is it combines sort of an arts and craft project with science, because you're making the snowflake and forming the snowflake. So that's sort of the arts and craft part. And then the science part is when you're mixing the borax in the water, you have created a suspension of borax. And a suspension is a mixture that contains solids that are large enough to make the liquid appear cloudy or murky, which is how it looks right now. And when you mix it into the hot water, it stays suspended much longer. So that's why you use really hot water. And as the borax settles out of the suspension, as the water cools, it bonds with other borax pieces, and then it becomes a crystallized. So they come together and make a crystal. And that is how you do it. I hope you enjoyed this project, and maybe you can hang this somewhere and decorate. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.